It's been official for a few weeks now that Germany is heading into snap elections after the country's three-party coalition government fell apart. As parties are positioning themselves for the campaign, a new survey has looked into what corporate Germany is thinking ahead of the vote. Lars Holter is with Deutsche Welle and joins me from Berlin now. Lars, what can you tell us about this survey?
Thanks for having me. Well, there's a few interesting aspects here for sure. Germany, as we've been reporting for a while, has had a few rough years. The country used to be the engine of the European economy and one of the driving forces for business in the EU, but it's fallen. It's become the sick man of Europe. 2 years of dipping in and out of recession. Some of Germany's most important industries and many of the country's best known companies are in crisis. So the economy is obviously playing a major role as we're heading into this election, which is scheduled for the end of February, by the way. So there's still some time to look further into details. But the Handelsblatt, a business paper, has asked CEOs and other high-ranking managers for their take. And they started it off by asking about their emotions. Now, shockingly, the top 3 emotions checked were uncertainty, which 41% of respondents feel, anger with 31%, and a loss of power and control with 28%. Only in 4th place, with around a quarter of managers checking that box, is hope or optimism. So clearly negative emotions are overwhelming in the German business community. Not entirely surprising considering this economic situation we have right now, but it's certainly worrisome.
And how do these numbers translate into political opinions, Lars?
That's a good question because there are some pretty strong links. Now, among those that are feeling hopeful, again, that's not too many, but those who are hopeful tend to support the Green Party. Those who feel anger are siding with the Alternative for Germany party, the AfD. Now, that's a far-right extremist party, and that's not really surprising either because growing anger in the general population over a weak economy, low wages, but also migration and such topics have brought upon the AfD in the first place. What I find extremely surprising, the fact that 20% of managers in that survey want the AfD to head the next government, and 18% actually say that they trust the AfD most when it comes to handling the economy. That is surprising because the AfD has not really shown much of an economic concept. In fact, some of their most populist ideas are downright dangerous to the economy. That includes the mass deportation of migrants. Many of them are needed as workers in the German labor market. And in fact, we're looking for more migrants to come here, especially skilled laborers, to strengthen some sectors of the economy that urgently need help. And having a strong right-wing extremist party most certainly wouldn't help with that.
Okay, thank you, Lars, for those updates.